So I just got done watching Star Trek Picard season 3, episode 9, Vox. That may be the greatest episode of any series of Star Trek I've ever watched. Might even, and this is part one of this of the last 2 episodes. It's going to be one more episode, and that's it. This contains spoilers, just as a fair warning to everybody. So I'm going to try not to spoil too much for you, but please watch this episode if you haven't already. I am in shock. I'm trying to process what I just watched because this is the best. This writing has been incredible. You could tell Kurtzman, they've somehow kept Kurtzman away from this. Alex Kurtzman, who has been, in my opinion, one of the worst parts about this. I don't know who. I'm going to readjust my camera real quick. Alex Kurtzman, this message is for you. Never touch Star Trek again. This episode was incredible, and thank God he hasn't. I hope he hasn't touched anything. And if he's a part of this, I hope he has minimal involvement. But I got really emotional watching this episode because I grew up watching this show. And when I would feel alone, and I feel like I had nobody to talk to, I would watch this show. I would watch Star Trek. Because what it reminded me that life doesn't have to be always filled with pain and suffering. But this episode was unreal, beautifully written, and there's a level of sci-fi or science fiction writing in this that's actually pretty incredible for a TV show. So whoever they got to write this, thank you. So this is, like I said, this episode's going to contain spoilers. I've given you 3 minutes of warning. There are spoilers in this video. So if I give away any plot details, sorry. So let's begin. When they revealed the craziest reveal, this is a spoiler, by the way, was when they revealed that Jack, they revealed that Picard had a modification done in his DNA when he was Locutus. Very extensive modifications, by the way. And on a genetic level, right? So, by the way, spoilers, just everybody, FYI, this is spoiler shit right here. You find out he was modified by the Borg on a DNA level. What they thought was Euromonic syndrome was not really Euromonic syndrome. It's just crazy. And then Picard passed that down to Jack, that altered DNA. And at the end of the episode, I think Jack is going to save the day, surprisingly. Jack ends up looking for the Borg. And he instinctively knows where to find them. He does find them. And essentially plugs in to the Borg. This is incredible, by the way. This writing is incredible. Give them props, please. Because this is the best writing I've seen for Trek. Now, definitely get it if people hated woke Trek Discovery. I wasn't a fan of it. But Star Trek Picard seasons 1 and 2 were kind of eh. Season 3 has been incredible. Incredible. In this last episode, episode 9, Vox. Oh, I'm just revealing a lot of this. The writing is brilliant. It reveals that Jack, especially modified, the offspring of Picard, in a weird way, also the offspring of Locutus in some odd way, explains why Picard was able to hear them even after he had been assimilated, which is kind of crazy. But it turns out Jack, the reason he's able to control others is that part of the fleet had been, well, not all, actually all the fleet had been assimilated in a weird way with this DNA coding because through the transporter buffers, right? So everybody's DNA was partially modified to have this specific mutation. This is so crazy, you guys. It's crazy. But if anybody's got any comments, if anybody just got done watching it, by the way, let me know how you feel about this. Let me know how you feel about the writing of this, because I'm in shock. I'm really in shock. Watch it for yourselves, please. It was well worth it. Well, I just got done watching it, and I was like, I got a YouTube channel. I like doing YouTube videos. This is, I have to say how I feel about this. I feel this is brilliant. And it's so weird because when Deanna walks behind that red door, by the way, it's Borg. She sees the Borg. And basically Jack is like a transmitter in a weird way. So while Picard is a receiver of the signals from the collective, Jack can, in a weird way, control the collective because he's a transmitter, right? Picard's the receiver. And Picard was a receiver. Jack is a transmitter. I'm sorry if I'm describing this poorly, but Jack was modified. That DNA was passed down to Jack. Jack basically joins the collective in a weird way. He reluctantly, he seeks out the collective. And I think that his seeking out the collective is going to end up being the one thing that saves the Federation. Quick side note. Shelby dies. Commander Shelby gets killed. I don't know if anybody remembers Commander Shelby from Best of Both Worlds, Part 1 and Part 2, the episode where Picard becomes Locutus. That was a shocking situation. That was crazy. Blew my mind. I'm telling you, watch the show. I mean, if you guys haven't watched the show, by the way, this contains spoilers. If anybody's got any comments on this, let me know. I don't know what to say right now. The fleet basically gets taken over. And so the fleet gets taken over. By the way, the reason, so not everybody in the overall fleet itself can be, what's the word? Couldn't be assimilated they because the parietal, I think it was the parietal lobe of the brain. I can't remember exactly how they described it, but it doesn't reach a full maturation until about the age of 25. So a lot of the crew members who are 25 years or younger were actually able to get modified by were able to have their DNA modified by the transporter every time they transported, right? So, um, anyone over 25 though isn't affected. So, crazy shit. Yeah, it's been I'm sorry if everybody, I'm just very shocked by what I watched. I'm very shocked. This is the best Star Trek I've ever fucking watched. I'm emotional right now. I'm very emotional. I didn't think I'd be this emotional about Star Trek Picard. Um, Jack, like I said, seeks out the Borg. The Borg pretty much take him. And oh, I think the reason he sought out the Borg was to, this is my fan theory at this point, because I think he believes he can stop them. He somehow knows that he can stop them. And I think Jack is going to be able to stop the Borg somehow, some way. I think because he's going to interconnect into them. He acts as a transmitter. I do believe that there is something in his DNA, something that gives him a bit of an ability too. Jack is kind of the chosen one right now. All right, just saying. But this whole, this is, I mean, some would say the science fiction writing is a little too crazy, but I kind of like it. I think it makes sense. Oddly enough, it fills in some weird blanks. You know, how come Picard was ever able to hear the collective after he was, after he was removed from the collective, removed from being a Borg. Um, those are some questions that I felt were left unanswered. A lot of questions were left unanswered. But Jack, man, Dag, this is incredible, man. Is he going to be fully assimilated by the Borg? Or, I mean, probably. But I think because he acts as a transmitter, he may be biologically resistant to the cybernetic implants, or he may still be able to retain his individuality even when he becomes a Borg. But yes, the Borg Queen names him Vox. That's why the title of the episode. So there was Locutus, and then the son of Locutus is now the name of Vox. Crazy. I did not see that coming. Oh, let's just take a look at some of the comments real quick. Let's try to answer these. So John Bonda says, don't understand how 7 of 9 don't have precedence since she has the queen protocol. Also, since she's the local queen and she should have taken over the local assimilated crew. Interesting point. I mean, you got some points there. There's, I have to admit, with some of the writing, they do have some interesting little holes that they need to fill. Let's take a look at this other comment by John. So, in my opinion, 7 of 9 will likely have a more powerful organic transmitter inside her. Yeah. Well, you think maybe 7 is the key. By the way, that was what did you think about the episode, John? Did you think it was good? uh Much stronger than Locutus. So, yeah, I mean, I think Locutus was specially modified though. I think I'm sorry, I mean Picard. I think Picard, when he was Locutus, was specially modified in a way that 7 of 9 wasn't. I think the Queen had such a crazy interest in Captain Picard that she modified him in certain ways on a genetic level. um, but yeah, the whole fleet being okay, good intro for the Enterprise, but I have to admit the whole fleet being completely assimilated the way it was kind of I mean, I guess it wasn't too shocking because it was like one of those all-in-one, like all the ships communicated with each other and we're able to. I think that's, you got to have some sort of separation. But Shelby getting killed, that was shocking. That really shocked the hell out of me because it was like, is this like Ensign Rowe dying? It's just so crazy. I just don't, somehow how all this ties up is pretty intense. So, but yeah, thank you for the input, John. I mean, if you have any more input, by the way, I'm here for you guys. I'm gonna, you know what? If anybody wants to join in and wants to share their reactions with me, there's a StreamYard link right here. Feel free to jump in. If you have a video camera, well, it's like the stupid part of Star Trek Prodigy. Yeah. I have to admit, I'm still, I still think the writing is decent though. There's one thing I didn't realize. Did Raffi and 7? I can't remember. I don't know why at the end of this I forgot. Hold on, I got to look at this real fast. Did they actually end up? Hold on, Paramount. I got to look at this one more time. Did they end up boarding the shuttle? Affected by a virus. Oh. The finale of Prodigy, everyone showed up. They all got infected by the virus. By the way, anybody who wants to get in, get in on the StreamYard, if you want a StreamYard link, if you feel like getting on, talking to me about this, get on the show, get some YouTube clout. I like having people on the show. It's pretty entertaining. So, but yeah, I'm in a certain state of awe, shock, all sorts of things. I never watched Star Trek Prodigy though. Is Star Trek Prodigy any good, by the way? I've been meaning to ask somebody if Prodigy's any good. I've not taken. Hold on. I'm trying to remember because it's funny. I was okay. So there's Captain Shaw. Okay, did they? Because if they're stuck, they need to board the shuttle. Hold on, they didn't board the shuttle. Wait a minute. Well, why? So Raffi and 709 are staying behind. What, are they going to hide out on the ship? Hold on. So I guess the frustrating part is they didn't take Raffi. I guess they didn't have time. They were looking after Shaw, Raffi, and 7 were looking after Shaw. Where are they going to hide though? They're going to have to hide on the Titan somewhere because most of the crew is assimilated by the Borg. Anybody 25 years or younger has been assimilated by the Borg. Also, in now today's society, anybody 25 years or younger has been assimilated by woke. So I guess it's is woke the Borg, by the way? Is woke culture the Borg? Just kidding. Just kidding. All you wokies out there, don't hurt me. I know how cruel you can be. Anyway, it's insane. It's insane. I'm really enjoying this show. Still in shock, though. But if any of you guys have any additional stuff you want to talk about, please let me know, because I'm trying to get some different perspectives here. I'm trying to get some different insights, because it's just sorry to yawn, everybody. I feel, I guess the part when they, and this is the big spoiler, by the way. Good point. Good point. So here's the thing. I am glad they got the Enterprise D. I'm glad they explained that they got the saucer section from Viridian 3, and that they got the other parts, obviously, from other Galaxy class starships. I can't remember which one LaForge actually described, but so let's take a look at John's comment real quick. Oh, thank you, John. You're adding some. Oh, hold on. You guys got to give me a second. My neck is kind of stupid. Hold on. Oh, I feel like I'm a bloody zombie sometimes, but nose is itchy. Anyway, I think I'm assimilated by the Borg. The Borg. So the reason that Enterprise D is being used is because it's antiquated. It's antiquated. That it doesn't have the new collective data sharing. Sounds like the M5 AI tactical data sharing system. Yeah, the M5 from the original series, which is good little drawback right there. It's also very fitting that Daystrom Institute had something to do with this. Of course, we all know that Daystrom from the original series, he was the creator of the M5 unit. Very advanced AI. And I'm pretty sure ChatGPT is going to be the next M5 unit. But very good point out. Good point out, man. I'm nervous. I haven't been this excited for Star Trek in a long time. How are you guys feeling about this, though? I mean, really, how are you feeling about this? We all know the facts. We all know what's going on now. But, like, this is huge. Like, this is big. Oh. Yeah, anybody any other comments, John? If you got more stuff to add, man, I'm loving the involvement right now, you guys. Thank you. But fuck. I'm sorry if I'm out of breath. I'm sorry if I'm a little red in the face. Just in shock. You know, Jack's a part of the Borg. I think he's going to control the Borg somehow, but them winding up on the Enterprise D at the end of it. Stunning. Just stunning. And incredible. It really is incredible. Hello. So let's see. And there's another person. Let's see. Hold on. So, John, let's see. Micah Breck used the M4 AI as his personal butler. So it's a good chance that the M5 AI is his next fembot. Hopefully it won't meet Kirk and gets broken. Kirk used his beautiful, by the way, it's another example of Kirk always finding a way to outwit the computer using certain paradoxes and certain forms of logic. I love it. And yes, Krishna YouTube says, hello, hello, hello. I am first like. Thank you. Thank you, yes underscore Krishna. By the way, everybody, if you like this video, which you probably don't, like it anyway. Let's see. And then Jack's kind of expected. This is what John said, by the way. John is saying that Jack's kind of expected, was hoping it was the Undine / species A472. Ooh. Ooh. That would have been pretty interesting. Now, here's the thing. I like species 8472 to a point. I think the Borg are a more interesting enemy. See, the problem with species 8472 is they just wish to destroy all inferior biological life. The Borg, in a weird way, they want to assimilate. Now, I'm kind of curious. I think somehow now that they've taken over the fleet, they're going to try to assimilate Earth, just as they always have. And can they do it? Can they do it? What is the time in your country? Well, for me, it is, let's just say 1:33 in the morning. But yeah, I had a feeling the Borg were going to have something to do with this, by the way. There was going to be some sort of Borg plot. I'm glad that Deanna was able to reveal what was behind the freaking door, because we've been wanting to know that question the whole time. Turns out there's a sweet Borg cube. Turns out my man genetically Borg. I mean, that's just wild. But anyway, by the way, if you guys are liking this video, if you guys can you help the channel? Can you help a 49er? I don't know if you guys remember that from an old Star Trek episode where Data goes back in time to San Francisco. And of course, can you help a 49er? But that was a good one. That was actually a good episode too. So many good episodes. One thing I love about Star Trek, great storytelling. And most of the time, I should say great storytelling. But and a hopeful view of the future as a moral through a moral screenplay, which is beautiful. Yeah, the Changelings, that was infiltrating Starfleet, and they also found out. Yeah, I don't know. That I've found some holes. I'll admit I found some holes in the story. By the way, thank you for the sub. By the way, take part of every as an example. Thank you, yes, Krishna YT. Thank you for subscribing. Anybody else interested? If you don't feel like subscribing, at least maybe like the video, please. Anyway. But yeah, the Changelings were infiltrating Starfleet, and they found out that they weren't the only group. I'm going to put the comment back up. Weren't the only group that was infiltrating Starfleet. And it says John right here. Yeah. I don't know, because they're saying that weren't they hinting that the Changelings and the Borg were working together? Like, what mutual interest would that be? I just don't see the mutual interest. Let's see. And then John says it's likely the Changelings lost to the Undine and got infected instead. Huh. Maybe. I can't remember who the Undine were. Hold on. Give me one moment. I'm going to look up Undine Star Trek. I cannot remember for the life of me which one that was. Okay, so the Undine are NPC faction. Undine, fluidic space. Oh, so the Undine are actually species 847 too. I had no idea. When did they actually get an official name, by the way? And also, by the way, yes, Krishna _ YouTube YT. I don't play Minecraft. It's a cool game, though. I've seen some people play it. Pretty fun looking game. Never was really that interested in it, though. I don't know why. I should probably play a little bit of Minecraft, though. I bet I'd have a good time. But yeah, Species 8472, that makes sense. Yeah, I actually just look it up, and I was like, oh, that's the official name. But yeah, Undine, nice. But yeah, no, I don't play Minecraft, though, by the way. Krishna YT. I just want to thank you guys for viewing this this video. Most subs I've had in a while, or at least most viewers I've had in a while. But yeah, please feel free to, if you can, press the like button on this video. It gets the video a little more recognized. It helps me out. I don't mean to be such a bagger about it, but I really could use the likes. Star Trek Online or SFC Command. Oh, start. I have to play Star Trek Online a little more often. It's a pretty cool looking game. I just never really got into it. I don't know why. I just get too busy. I don't play as many video games as I probably should, but I love playing video games when I can, though. It's always an exciting time. Today's been a wild day. So what do you guys think is going to happen next? How the hell are they going to stop this freaking fleet with the Enterprise D? The Enterprise D is one ship, by the way. Like, how? What video games do you play? Well, I play a lot of old games, a lot of old PS1, PlayStation 1 games. I just don't play a lot of games anymore. Star Trek Armada 1, though, and Star Trek Armada 2 are one of my favorites. The 2 I revisited, I should say, recently. Star Trek Elite Force, though, is actually one of a lot of my favorite video games happen to be Star Trek ones, too, oddly enough. Surprisingly. But I think another game I like to play is I like to play like Final Fantasy. It's always fun. Final Fantasy games. Role-playing games are my favorite. As far as video games go, role-playing games are definitely my favorite. I definitely like action adventure, like little platformers like Crash Bandicoot. I'm very basic. But yeah, I don't really play a lot of video games, though. It's kind of funny, you know. I do like video games. I used to play a lot of video games when I was younger, but as I got older, it's not that video games suck. I do like to play one every now and then. I get so busy with work and then doing this channel, being responsible, I guess. Things are kind of leveling out, though, for me. I've been trying to be less stressed, I guess. Anyway, but yeah, thank you. Thank you, Christian. I appreciate it. And then John, let's see. Now, John is saying, looking for. I'm losing my voice tonight, guys. I'm sorry. John is saying, looking forward to the next episode and see what curveball Mika Brock has. Mika Brock has a backdoor access to all Starfleet assets. He actually funded the creation of the Federation from Earth's side anyway. Huh. Thank you. Interesting. I'm not too sure what you're saying exactly, John, but hell yeah. All right, and then the Enterprise D. By the way, thank you, John, for that comment, by the way. Shout out to John. John has been a fountain of knowledge because I know he plays like Star Trek Online and stuff. Let's see. All right, Enterprise D sure fired up fast. I agree. I think, well, Jordy's been working on it from what he said for a while. So I think it was already pretty much ready to go. I think Enterprise D, I think he was kind of getting ready for it. It's some of his secret projects, I guess. And thank goodness. He's the secret billionaire. But yeah, Mark, Enterprise D sure fired up pretty fast. It was pretty hilarious. I was like, don't you guys need to do a little bit more to make this happen? Anyway. From TOS episode, he shrunk the Kirk's. He shrunk. Whoa. Which original series episode was the Enterprise shrunk? I didn't know there were. First off, there are a few original series episodes I think I've missed. Original series was never my favorite, but I've watched pretty much every Star Trek episode. If you can let me know what episode that is, I will actually probably give it a watch here pretty soon. Because anything I haven't seen, I definitely I'm a huge fan of anything I can get a hold of when it comes to Star Trek related stuff. So whatever you got, I'm all ears, just like a Ferengi. And John also says, Insomniac, still got nothing better to do. Hey, I'm up at 1:44. I mean, I don't have to work tomorrow, so that's why I'm up this late. But I have usually work. Friday is basically my Monday, so I work Friday through Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursdays are my days off. Woo. That's the episode that Kirk broke his fembot. Methuselah. I don't know why I can't remember that one. Maybe I just never saw it. I'll have to look it up, though. See which exact episode it is. Give it a watch. I'm tired, you guys. I'm going to try to stay up a little bit longer, though. I'm just so excited about what happened that I kind of just want to talk about it. I almost feel like this is a therapy session for a lot of us. No, but yeah, Trek fans rejoice, please. I think this is. I know there's a lot of holes in some of the writing, I will admit. Can we also touch on Irumodic syndrome, by the way? You guys hearing me? Hearing me here on the Irumodic syndrome? So, Irumodic syndrome. Because I think there's a plot hole in the Irumodic syndrome as well. Neurological condition, similar to dementia here. In the future of an alternate timeline, the experience because. Okay. Okay. Okay, no, I guess there was no plot hole with that. It was interesting because they thought it was. It's funny because not Best of Both Worlds, but the last episode of the original series touched on it in the fictional future for Picard. In the episode All Good Things. In the episode All Good Things, Picard in the future has Uromatic syndrome, which is basically degenerative disease of the brain. Turns out they thought it was Uromatic syndrome, but it really wasn't. In this actual future, it was actually a genetic modification done by the Borg. And that is wild, by the way. So wild. I'm going to eat some nuts. By the way, great value nuts, by the way. I'm not sponsored by them, but great value from Walmart. Good shit. Let's pour these nuts. Nuts in the ass, dick in the pussy. Oh. Requiem. Okay, so season 3, episode 9. No, season 3, episode 19. Okay. John's saying that, and then Requiem for Methuselah. I don't think I've seen that. I'll have to look into it. Might be an evolutionary adaptation that got hijacked by the Borg. Maybe a primitive telepathic organ for humans. So that means that Spock or Teep hybrids might have something similar naturally. I like it. But this has been... I'm going to have to rewatch the episode because I'm... blown away. Yeah, I think one of the things I thought about is how were they able to get that shuttle off of the Titan so quickly? And I kind of thought about it. I was like, wait a minute. I think the Borg are so busy taking over the fleet that when they launched the shuttle, it was like pretty much like a who the fuck cares sort of moment. We're still trying to take over all these ships. So I think Picard and the crew got out just in time. Love the Enterprise F debut, though. The graphics look awesome compared to Star Trek Online. I had actually heard about the Enterprise F in Star Trek Online. Hold on. Ooh. From Star Trek Online. I don't really play the game. I've just heard like little news. I saw news articles about it and stuff like that. So pretty cool. By the way, if you guys haven't already, please give this a like. Please give this particular video a like. The more likes I get, the better the YouTube algorithm puts it out there. So any help I can get, please. Even if you don't completely like me, I'm not a very likable guy all the time. Well, I guess I don't know. Maybe I am likable. I don't know. I should probably give myself a little more credit. Anyway, so John is saying. So that questions where's the Enterprise E? Why isn't the museum with the Enterprise D since it's specifically designed to fight against the Borg? Can I just say something about the Enterprise E? The Enterprise E, they didn't reveal what happened to it. But did you see that little interaction between Worf where he's like, I had nothing to do with it or something like that? They basically were just like talking about the Enterprise E and like how they couldn't get a hold of it for some reason. And he said, like, I had nothing to do with it. So they're either hinting that the Enterprise E had been destroyed or the Enterprise E is somehow in mothball. I'm still curious. So, John, do you know what happened to the Enterprise E? Like, do they have a canon explanation? Like nothing from Star Trek Online, but like something from canon, I guess. I don't know. Maybe Star Trek Online is becoming canon at this point. Because I'm trying to figure it out, man. Because I think the Enterprise E was destroyed. Or something happened to it. Something negative happened to it to where it, unless it is in the museum and somehow is connected to all the other ships too. It's weird to think how ancient the Enterprise E is at this point. Give me a second, guys. I'm just looking at it. Oh, still my oh, our little kitty's doing better. That's good. Hold on. Sorry, I'm reading a message, everybody. My apologies. I'll get back to this. Oh. One moment, everybody. Sorry, you guys. My apologies. I was texting texting my girlfriend. She lives with her parents at the moment and things like that. And it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. It allows her to get rid of a lot of her debt. But our kitty, our little Billy kitty, wasn't doing so well this morning. He was struggling a bit. He's a sweet cat, really sweet cat, like cutest cat in the world. He's an old man though. He's not doing so well because he is an older kitty cat. Anyway, sorry. Not in particular. So John says not in particular, even with Star Trek Online. Do like the early Enterprise F concept before it was finalized from the contest. Oh, so the design for the Enterprise F was from a contest? If that's the case, that's pretty freaking impressive. Whoever designed it, man, good job. Does anybody remember the Enterprise J at all? Enterprise J, does that sound familiar? I think, John, you know exactly what I'm talking about when I mentioned the Enterprise J. Do you know Enterprise J? Anybody got any takers? Because I think you know what it's from. I'll give you a hint. It begins with Scott Bakula and a little bit of time travel. I think you already know what I'm talking about, though. If you don't, I'll definitely explain what I mean by Enterprise J. I'm not saying Enterprise J is going to be in Picard, by the way. But oh man, this is so crazy. I'm thanking them for I think this is the finale that we all needed. It was a contest. That's badass. You guys, I am getting a little tired. I probably have to go to bed here in a little bit. I mean, I don't really stay up late this often, but this is fun. So we're gonna have some root beer in here. Have some root beer I was drinking. Whew. I am tired. I am exhausted. All right, guys. Any final words before I bid you all adieu? Any thoughts? Any final thoughts? I'll give you guys like 5 minutes. We'll just do a quick discussion. So I'm here for you guys. I think this is a cool thing to talk about as a group, even on YouTube, even if you guys have to comment later in the comment section, stuff like that. Do you think Wesley's going to make a return? So Enterprise J, by the way, do you remember the scene? There was a scene in Star Trek Enterprise that actually I'll link you to the scene. Hold on. Drawing a blank, you guys. Hold on. There's a scene where Archer is taken to the future by Daniels, time traveler Daniels, and he shows him basically Enterprise J. This is the best clip I could find, and you can watch it on the YouTubes. Yes, that's City Prime. Yeah, so Enterprise J was I'm not saying that Enterprise J is not a part of Star Trek Picard. I just wanted to bring it up because I was just like I was just wondering if anybody remembers that little sequence where Daniels shows Archer the interdimensional beings that were I can't even speak. They were trying to take over the entire Alpha Quadrant, something, I don't know, the entire quadrant, whatever. By the way, rabies in the sapphire. What is rabies in the sapphire, by the way? Hold on. Rabies in the sapphire. I would love it if Enterprise. It's tough to bring back Enterprise, though. It really is. Some sort of continuation, some sort of finalization would be nice, though. Steampunk, Steampunk Star Raisin. What are you saying, G Dog? What are you saying? Chaos in perfect order. Hold on. Chaos in perfect order. Huh. Scott Bakula could come back as Archer or Dr. Sam Beckett leaps into him. That'd be beautiful. Beautiful thing. All right, you guys. I am tired. I gotta admit, man, I am burnout right now. I don't know what's wrong with me. But I hope you guys just a quick not heads up. Jesus. Like I said, I'm really tired. But how are you guys? How do you guys feel about this sweet little episode? I know there's a few spoilers. We went over a few things. Hopefully the title kept anybody who hasn't watched it away from the video, but you never know. Never know. start of the Romulan War to cement pre the original series history. Nice. Anyway, watch the episode again. Watch the episode again after you get some sleep. Thank you, bud. John, I really appreciate you taking the time to be so, honestly, so interactive. That's awesome. You rock. Anyway, thank you, bud. From the bottom of my heart. Thank you all who watched this video. And hopefully I didn't spoil too much for you if you haven't watched it, but I did warn you, it may contain spoilers. So watch at your own risk. Anyway, later, everybody. Woo!